Craftsy and welcome back to my channel. I am Lolly and I'm here to help you use those craft supplies that you put in your cupboard and you never use them. I'm exactly the same way. So we're gonna take out those craft supplies and start crafting. So follow along, and if you would like to subscribe and you're new here, feel free to do so, but you can first watch the video. So we're gonna use green beads, red beads, and these leaf beads. Also 3mm wire and 8mm wire. So first I am going to make a circle with the 8mm wire. So yes, we're gonna make a mini wreath. And I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but I think it's called a wreath. A wreath. And yeah. So we're going to make the wire correct. There it is. And then we're taking the 3mm wire. You can take around 30 centimeters in length if you want to. But then we're just going to add the green beads. So the green beads I'm using is seed beads. And it has a bit of a texture. So it does have a bit of sharp edges. So it'll give a bit of a extra texture. It's different shades of green. And it's a very good combination, so it looks very pretty. First one done. And now for the second one. So here I'm just putting a stopper so that we can just add the beads and then it doesn't fall off all the time. Now for this one, we're going to use red and green beads. So I'm going to put first, like a lot of green beads at first, and then 3 red beads. And then we're just going to continue the pattern. Now there's many different types of wreaths out there. But I wanted to make a beaded wreath like these ones, for example. If you think about a wreath, it was actually started in 1833 that they started using wreaths, or basically calling it a wreath, and people used to put it on their doors. Now my favorite symbolization for the wreath is eternal life due to my faith. Now there's different types of histories and symbolizations connected to the wreaths. They were used for different purposes, but my favorite history that it had was in the 1800s, that the European Christians actually put a candle in the middle of a wreath to symbolize the light that Jesus brought to the world. So yes, the history really fascinated me. And now we're going to start with the leaf beads. So we're just going to put a stopper here again and then start adding the leaf beads. Now, in the beginning, I thought, you know what, let's put 3 and then 1 seed bead and then 3, 1 seed bead. So I've done that for the first few beads, but then I decided to do a bit more seed beads and then a bit of the leaf beads. Now, it did work out a bit better when they were spaced out a bit more. So if you do decide to make this on your side, you are welcome to do it as you want to do it, because remember, this is your creation. So I would just say, if you do want to do it, then rather put a lot of more smaller beads in between the leaves, or whichever other beads you're going to use, and then it will be spaced out a bit more, so then it will work out a bit better in the end. And here's a bit of a close-up. Can you see how beautiful it is? Now that they're done, the fun part starts. We've got the green and red, and then the leaf one. So now you can see at the ends, it's a bit more spaced out, which is good. And then you see on the other side, it's quite close together. Now let's start. So you see my finished circle, which I'm not opening again. Yes, so you can ask me, Lolly, why aren't you just opening it and then trying to wrap it? Well, I like to complicate my life sometimes. But anyways, I've tried it this time, and yes, it was a bit difficult, but I kind of did it at the end.
Our first casualty.
And yes, so the first one fell off, and yeah, look, at this point I was like, you know what, this is not going to happen again at all.
And this happened again.
But I decided to ignore the casualties and then just continue wrapping it because I wanted to finish it off, and at this point it became so difficult I just didn't want to, you know, stop the progress. So I just wrapped it and finished it off and then just made it a bit more perfect at the end. But yes, so far I was quite happy with it. With the leaves, it kind of looks good already. Okay, then I just scraped all the casualties away. Hey Craftsy, I see you there. Please feel free to move the like button, because if you like it, and you can share it with other people like yourself, because you're amazing. And if you want to share this video with someone that you know that would like this video, please do that as well. And now we're adding the first seed bead string, the green and red one. So we're just tying it to the end, and the idea that I had was just to make sure that the bare wire was basically closed off. Now at this point I thought to myself, maybe I should have done the beads itself first and then the leaf beads, because then it would have probably not shown any wire at all. But then I thought it could have perhaps been a bit more difficult to wrap the ones with the leaves over it, because I think the beads would have been too thick. So, and anyways, I feel like I did it in the right order. With whatever is left, I'm just adding it through the leaf beads. So you can see I'm just basically doing it between the leaf beads and then just trying to you know, close off the wire. And yes, at this point I still did not think about untying the whole thing and then just wrapping it in a straight line and then just maybe trying to put it in a circle again. At this point I thought, you know what, I've already started doing it this way, so I'm just going to continue doing it this way. You know, sometimes watching videos and people make it look very easy, I tend to make it look very difficult. So that's a tendency I already have, but it's okay. We are here doing it together. And at this point, she knew. Oh shit. Don't break it. So let's examine the situation. Here's the wreath, and here's all the casualties. Hey, don't worry, all the casualties are safe in there. I'm just going to try and reuse them and just add a bit more beads to the piece that's left, because there's still a bit of wire left, right? So I'm just going to try and add a bit more, and then we're going to rewrap it again. Hey Craftsy, I see you there. Do you remember these? Well, you can go watch this video by clicking above.
Are you serious with me right now? Again?
So here's what it looks like so far. Okay, so here's for the last one. Oh, this looks so pretty. Sorry to all my casualties. Sorry guys. But this looks beautiful. It turned out so good. Oh, this needs a bit of a hook, right? So I'm gonna use 8mm wire. Just take a short piece and then make a little circle again, just so that it can, you know, have a little hook so I can hang it on the actual place where I want to hang it. Here we go. The lighting is not that good, but here is what it looks like. I absolutely love it. So, you don't know what to do next. Well, you can go watch this video or this video. Happy watching!